Hi everyone, welcome back for another Daily Dose of Hope. I'm Jody Burgin. Dawson Trotman, the founder of the Navigators, died in 1956. He was speaking at a retreat in Schroon Lake, New York for Young Life. While riding in a boat, he and a young female camper were thrown from the boat when it hit choppy waters. Dawson was able to get to the camper, bring her back to the boat. He held her up so that she could be rescued, but sadly, Dawson died in the process. Billy Graham spoke at his funeral, and Billy Graham said of this last act of heroism, Dawes died the same way he lived, holding others up. If you've never felt like you were drowning, then you probably know someone who has. It happens when we lose our job. It happens when we're married to the love of our lives and divorce papers arrive at our mailbox. It happens when a physician says, I'm sorry, our best treatment strategies have been ineffective. There's just nothing more that we can do. It happens when a big mistake goes public. It happens when state and federal officials tell us week after week after week to stay home to protect ourselves from this severe health threat. Without warning, we feel like we're tossed out of the safety of our boat and we're desperately trying to keep our heads above water. Maybe for you, it has been the fear and anxiety that has emerged with COVID-19. Maybe it has you feeling overwhelmed, like you're just drowning. Well, here are a few just simple practical tips to help you manage the stress of this day and time in which we're living. Number one, just be selective with your media input. Take some breaks from watching television or watching or reading every story or listening to news stories or social media. So use discernment with whom you're turning the volume up on and whom you're turning the volume down on. Second, take care of yourself physically. Just all through the day, take deep breaths. Do some stretching. Try to eat healthy meals. Exercise regularly. Try to get plenty of sleep. Third, take care of yourself spiritually with reading and meditation and prayer. Meet with God. Reflect on His Word. Open yourself up to His power. And fourth, connect with others. Talk with your friends and loved ones over the phone or via a video chat about your concerns and the feelings that you have behind these concerns. When our lives fall apart, we don't need trite answers. We need someone who will jump into the rough waters with us. We need someone holding us up when we're drowning. I ran across this amazing example of a guy who had a buddy. This friend of his was dealing with a horrible disease. So this friend gets a hold of a bald wig and two little tiny colored umbrellas. So he brings them into the friend's room. He squeezes on his bald wig. He tapes one of the colored umbrellas to the chemo bag of his friend. He asks a nurse to hook him up with a bag of his own, and he puts another umbrella on his bag, and they sit side by side, pretending that they're in Hawaii, sitting by a pool. Occasionally, we need people that will give us the right answers, but more often than not, we need friends who will just give us their listening ears with seemingly endless amounts of time available to us. So next time you're tossed from the security of your boat and you're desperately trying to keep your head above water, instead of looking for answers, look for a friend. When we're looking for answers, sometimes God sends us a friend. When He doesn't tell us which way to go, often He will bring people into our lives who will go with us. It's important to know what to look for when you feel like you're drowning, because God doesn't often send what we think we need. He sends what He knows we need. All of us need someone who will hold us up at some point in our lives. So what can you do for someone today who's drowning?